I actually put a tweet out while I was watching the Masters of golf. I said, I yearn for the day. I don't think I used those words,
but you get it.
It's the same messaging. I yearn for the chapter of life in which it's just me and the kid or kids and the lads just golfing every day.
Sure.
What a perfect time. What a perfect thing to shoot for. What a perfect thing to work for. The vibes are just immaculate. The views, phenomenal. And you're outside. The birds are chirping, especially down in Augusta National. People were saying that they were piping in birds.
No. What?
People were saying it's fake bird
You can see that. You can see that.
Because the birds are so perfect.
Wow.
Had the dogs barking all damn afternoon. They thought a bird was in the house. Cats were up on all fours doing the cat-cow thing because they thought a bird had snuck into the crib and they were about to go boom, boom, boom. Bat that thing down because of how good the chirps were sounding in the house. Watched all weekend. It was the perfect background whenever I got to hang out with the baby and the wife. You're on the phone, do some crafts. You got golf in the background. You hear the patrons lose their mind on the first nine or the second nine. And whenever they hit it into sand bunkers, whatever the hell they call it, it was phenomenal. But nothing is as phenomenal as watching Scotty Scheffler golf. Let me tell you why. People say this guy's a wet blanket.
Understandable.
It's true.
Yeah, you can see that description being accurate.
People say this guy's a nerd. This guy is terrible for the face of golf. I say nay.
I agree.
Yeah. I say absolutely not. When you watch this bearded bastard play golf, and we don't know if his wife has had the baby or not, but nonetheless, congrats to the entire Scheffler family.
Very cool.
He's won 9 tourneys since 2022 in the PGA, okay? He's obviously won the Masters in 2 of his 5 starts at the Masters. He is a guy, though, that people, whenever he talks, they're not entertained by. I think he's a man of the Lord. He obviously say he's doing this to empower Jesus Christ. He's willing to create me, put me here, which we respect and appreciate. But he's not about the antics. On the golf course, he's not going to lose his mind. He is going to swing out of his shoes. But once he starts going to work, it is mesmerizing. It is hypnotic. So for those of you that don't think he's the right guy to be the face of golf, I don't think you watch him play golf enough, because when he has that club in his hand and he's about 89 to 96 yards away on the 9th hole of the Masters Sunday, one in which the entire course had been beating the shit out of the rest of the golfers. The wind's crazy. The greens are firm. They're making this like a U.S. Open course. Well, on Sunday, the leader said, let me put this in. Now the golf gods screwed him.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, golf god screwed him. I don't appreciate the fact that that ball kind of rolls a different direction. Then you think to yourself, well, that's just one lucky shot from this guy. He actually said in a press conference, I hadn't been hitting my irons that well. Then he got a birdie on 8, gets a birdie on 9, gets a birdie on 10, then he goes to 14. This is after Max Homa and Morikawa, and everybody kind of falls apart because Augusta National had been getting everybody. Maybe Scheffler will finally look like a human playing golf. I'm rolling this thing from how far? 100 what?
That was 153.
153 yards to 4 inches on Masters Sunday on hole 14 when everybody else around him is crumbling. This dude.
How excited is he?
Locked in.
Jack.
Yeah, he's locked in.
Job's not done yet.
No need to bring up the wet blanket stuff, which I think you were just doing right there. Because once again, this bearded golfer doesn't need to open his mouth ever again.
No.
Just play golf, Scotty. Here's 16, par 3. Patrons are filing in. Wow, we're about to see a second green jacket in 5 starts here, aren't we? Whoa, maybe the 16th hole will get him. A lot of water to the left, Scotty. You slip out of your shoes and hook one, it's going to be a bad day. Maybe Ludwig Oberg can catch up. Scotty says, sweet, I'm going to put this one to 8 feet, and then I'm going center cup. Remember, everybody's talking about my putter not being as great as everybody else's? Get off my ass, says Scotty Scheffler. And obviously, you got to finish on the 18th hole. And whenever you see this man put the putt away, and he and his caddy, Tim something, who got a chance to lead him out through the patrons because his family wasn't there, hug and embrace. I think there is a chance that right here, caddy says, hey, go tell that baby that daddy's a champion. You know? I think there was a little bit of embrace because you saw him get a little bit of emotional. And you saw, hell, you son of a... Okay, and he has to be professional. Let me tip the cap to the patrons. But you talked about emotion. The robot, the AI, the man who's in the zone when he's on the golf course can't be showing emotion on the 14th hole, 16th hole. He shows his emotion after he's very kind. You should take off your hat when you talk Scotty Scheffler, pal. But nonetheless, look at this. Right here. Do it. Yup, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
There we go.
Yeah! Woo! That's all the emotion you need. That's all we need. When the job is done, Scotty lost his mind. When he was just hours, we think, ahead of becoming a father for the first time, after defeating a course that had defeated everybody else, he showcased his emotion. He showcased his happiness. He showcased to the world that this man does understand that what he's doing is awesome, and he's taking it in. Congrats, Scotty.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Go Scoot.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah, unreal.
Literally, anybody that says he's not the right guy, like you're not watching golf, like you're not watching the golf. You catch the highlights.
Correct.
You catch the press conference, but you're not spending all day Sunday watching. I woke up with Tiger and Neil Shipley on ESPN.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, I was watching that. Tiger obviously unraveling, had to make the cut so that Sun, Day, Red can make an appearance on Sunday. And he also has 24 consecutive cuts, which is the most in history. Congrats to Tiger. It's an honor watching you golf.
Baby,
But it did feel like it was a pro-am almost.
Yeah.
It felt like it was a pro-am with him and Neil Shipley.
Yeah.
Now, that wouldn't be the case just like, 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago with Tiger Woods. But now he's at the point of life, I think, where he understands, like, hey, this is probably the biggest day of this kid's life.
Yeah,
for sure.
Me. And the caddy, who's 20 years old, who just so happened to go to Central Catholic in Pittsburgh alongside Neil Shipley. He's not even a real caddy.
No.
He's just kind of, hey, you want to come caddy for me down here? He ends up walking the course with Tiger. It was a beautiful weekend. Thank you to the Masters of Golf for putting it on. And congrats to Scotty for cementing himself as an absolute monster and a machine, potentially, as John Rahm of Live had to put the green jacket on PGA Tour's babyface, Scotty Scheffler. No interaction between them whenever they were in the cabin doing a conversation afterwards.
Yep. Nothing. No.
Not a one. Neil Shipley was keeping an eye on the
He
live
was.
playback.
He was.
And I think a producer should have potentially told him before he went live, like, hey, pal, this is real. You don't need to see it.
Yep.
You know, because Neil is a little bigger guy.
Yeah. Sure.
Got good hair.
Great.
Probably wondering how oh my God, I'm here with
great.
Scotty.
I don't know what he did, but he's guilty.
He's in there with Nance.
like
I think the
Brendan
only thing he's
Fraser.
guilty of is displaying the fact that he has phenomenal periph.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to get both eyes that far. Because you got to remember, his left eye right now is doing nothing.
Yeah.
His left eye is staring at the other side of his nose.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an all right eye job. He's trying to figure out whether or not he's actually on TV with these guys. So a little media training probably as we go forward.
Sure.
But Neil Shipley hit some beautiful shots, cheeky shots alongside Tiger Woods. But I would say the Augusta National folks got to be feeling as if they put on an excellent weekend. The wind kicked ass, the course kicked ass, and Scotty Scheffler did the entire weekend.
No, I agree with you 100% on Scotty. Like, because I mean, Tiger was feisty. When you go Tiger and feisty, and you go Tiggy, I don't mind that.
Well, he
at
was a
all.
little Tiggy. There was a couple Tiggy shots.
He had to go to work for hours and hours and hours Saturday night just to get out there on Sunday. Okay, Tiger did what he could do to put on a face on Sunday. But Scotty, like, he personally isn't as feisty as Rahm or Tiger or some of the past champions have been. But his game is like on 14. Like when he hit it, he put it that close from 153 out. Like all in my mind, I was like, just Scotty, you dog, you okay? Like that's all. Like his game and the way he swings out of his shoes, like that is the feisty part of Scotty's game. And just like on 9, the one where you talked about the golf gods from 89 out, that was when they were all there was 3 at the top that were 7 under apiece. And so like. They kept trying to answer, and then Scotty just put it on top of them all day long, and like that's how his game speaks. And then finally, like I don't know if it was relief or whatever at the end when he did yell. It was like that. He is just a stone cold assassin all day long.
Yes.
Killer whenever he hits these. Friend of mine, somebody I know, potentially birdied 9.
Okay.
Really?
Potentially.
Wow.
Okay.
Close
Tough
friend?
hole.
Is it a close friend?
Yeah, real close. Source
Says.
very close to person. Also birdied 9. Did not do it in the same fashion.
But
Okay.
Yeah, no,
You didn't
did
reel
not do it in
back?
the same
same
fashion.
score on the card.
Exactly.
Didn't pull exact. We both got circle on
That's
the
right.
and then we just whoever I'm talking
Yeah, yeah.
about
Yeah.
got circle
Yeah.
on the butt
Right.
and
Both.
moved along. But it's like D-Butch, this is why you play the game.
Yeah.
And I was completely out on playing golf ever again. Remember?
Still in.
That was just like a week ago. So that's you.
Yep.
So
The Masters.
I watched the Masters for 4 straight days. I'm like, that sport's awesome. Every single shot is a new game. It's a brand new game. And then you get to the green, and it's a whole new sport. And then you have to go immediately from that to driver. And if you just so happen to miss, you're completely screwed. Scotty didn't put himself in a situation to gain 4 straight. Morikawa
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
put himself out.
Couple.
Homa
Yep.
put himself in there. 12 back-to-back par. The person I know.
Wow.
The person I know that played
Sure.
Augusta National.
Down at Amen.
Tough hole.
You play it 2
Tough
times.
hole.
Yeah. Tough hole.
Brutal.
Thin green. Not a big landing
No.
spot.
Oh, yeah.
The guy I know actually bladed it the second day.
Okay.
And it hit the mound in front and then actually.
That's yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, par though. Missed a couple putts from what I've been told. So whenever you see Homa get all jacked up.
Yep.
And how could you not? Did you see that crowd down there?
Gorgeous.
Huge crowd. Not a phone in sight.
No, there was not.
Not a phone in sight. And I understand that I'm a human that is on my phone, and our business is on a lot of people's phone. Obviously, I've been a X and Twitter user more than maybe 99.9999999% of humans on Earth. So I'm not saying I'm not guilty of this myself, but I am at a stage of life now where I am trying to just enjoy every moment. Now, I'm not saying it's brand new, but it's like in the moment, I want to live here. I want my brain to remember what my brain remembers. And if it's being documented, I'm going to try to find footage so that we can have it or whatever, and I can have it. But it's like, I want to remember the feeling whenever I'm here having this moment. And it's like Augusta National forces that upon people. And in droves, everybody still shows up. A lot of tippy toes in the back. If you're zooming, a lot of tippy toes in the back.
Hats, too.
Well, yeah, head tipped back like Drew Brees in the pocket.
Yep.
A lot of tippy toes. A lot of that potentially happening. But yeah, that was a beautiful moment to watch.
Looks crazy.
And it got me completely back into golf. This weekend, I'm all the way back. I'm like, you know what? Am I playing at the American Century Championship? Last week, no way in hell am I wasting my life in doing it. Sure. I'm a terrible golfer. It's 4 days. My toes bruised. My feet get blistered. I suck. It's not fun. Sunday's the worst day of anything I've ever been a part of because I have to walk this 7-mile course, and it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And then we're waiting to get on a plane that is 5 hours.
Long flight.
Far.
Back in, it's just like everything about it sucks, But the setup is awesome.
Yeah, sure.
The vibes are immaculate.
Good,
Right. Always.
The views are great.
Yeah, breathtaking.
The people are fantastic. And then you watch the Masters of Golf, and it's like, yeah, this is a sport I want to keep playing.